Alright. Hello! Welcome to the PVCC Student Lens Podcast. I'm Esperanza.
I'm Noél.
I'm Victory.
So today is our last episode. And so, out of poor time management,
No, actually, just to
not
give
that,
an exciting look behind the scenes.
Yeah, we wanted to do an episode that was kind of more off script, something that was more just about how we come up with things together, how we develop the podcast, our reflections about it, how we work together, and just our closer for this show, basically.
How we turned it into a nice compact 15 minutes on YouTube, so that not everybody wants to hear the 40-minute follow-up or prelude to that. So, yeah, right? I mean, sometimes they would, but maybe not all the times.
So I'd say something that is really funny when we're writing our scripts is like, I've learned this about myself, is that I'll come in, talk about other things, and then be like, but guys, we gotta get it together, like let's move on.
You do that.
I do it a lot.
We all do it, and then I start on something Esperanza said, and then that'll take us 10 more minutes. Victory usually wraps it up for us, though, pretty tightly.
The attempt is there.
As much as I am moderator, I think it's so rude though, because I'm like, guys, you need to listen to this one thing I have to say. Anyways, let's go back.
But luckily you share a lot of good things, so I think we're always okay with that.
Yeah.
Is that true? We actually have, I should say, literally actually have a blank script. Usually it's all filled in with our colors, what we're saying, and questions we're asking, but we actually just have introductions and our names today.
This episode's a little more avant-garde, if you will.
That's how unscripted it really is. I'm just putting it out there that it really is. That's my proof positive. So we were talking earlier about, well, first let's just say this before we talk about what we're going to talk about. We're all PVCC, Paradise Valley Community College students. We've put out 8 episodes before this this is for Victory, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music channel. So you can find that at PVCC Student Lens Podcast. Even after our last episode today, maybe somebody that hears this will take this up if you are a student one day.
Oh yeah,
we're an honors project.
Yeah, we're totally willing to give this project away onto the next
and keep it going with your perspective and new classes that you take or new professors that you can talk to, and
then hopefully I'm going to be a shack leader next semester for
fantastic.
honors. So if you're an honor student and you're looking to pick up this project for your leadership class, I have no problem giving you access to that information.
And that's a shack leader is somebody who arranges activities when you're in an honors program with little games, and we play things together. They have pizza days, and it's kind of just a really nice time to sit together.
Off topic, but still on topic because this is unscripted. I actually went up to JD, who's one of the honors professors, and I said, JD, I have an entire list of activities already planned by type and holiday and what they are, and he's like, you're gonna be one. He's like, you're gonna be one no matter what. And I was like, cool.
I'm so glad I have one more semester left after this.
Oh, do you?
I don't move on to NAU till spring, right?
Yeah.
Cool, so that's exciting. I was thinking about doing shack leader, but then I don't know, it's kind of fun to participate.
Yeah, and also you already have so much on your plate.
Well, I won't be PTK president after this semester. We elect new officers, so this will be the end of my presidency.
Hold on, I'm gonna look for
Phi Theta Kappa National Honor Society. And I will stay with Women Rising, but we kind of do everything together as a group, so it's really not ever designated to one person. We work always together. And then I just have my last 12 credits.
Yeah, your last 12 credits. Your stuff at home.
I mean, I hope the kids never go away.
I'm like, you already have so much on your plate. Please don't try to make it more stressful for yourself.
I know, you always tell me I'm supposed to have this work balance thing, and I said the other day to somebody, I don't know what that is, but I've heard about it.
Okay, so.
And I appreciate that, but you know how some people run, I always feel like if I stop running on the top octane level I could reach, I will quickly, it will get out and trickle out of me, and I will be lazy for too long. So my method is to not stop.
I feel like I don't have that effect though. I feel like I need to have a break in the morning, and then do a thing, have a break again, and then do a thing, and then go to sleep. It's broken apart in pieces. Or I consider my actual work a break because I'm not really thinking about anything other than the kids. I really don't. It doesn't drain me as much energy as I really thought it was gonna. It kind of actually makes me more awake because they're screaming in my face. But no, I feel like But I feel like I used to be like that though. But I have noticed that I pushed myself so hard to the point that I just had extreme burnt out, or I just got either like depressed or in a completely anxious state that I needed to go to therapy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
full time anything doesn't work
that's
for me.
good that you can split it up like that. No, I totally applaud you.
Yeah, but that's why I try to push people to not have like extreme stress, because like I've said it before and I'll say it again, I have like destroyed my body because through stress, and so I don't want other people to have to go through that, because it's not worth any grade or any additional stuff that you want to get involved with if you can't even take care of yourself to the extent that your body like disintegrates pretty much. And it's like really garbage that we are like told that we need to do so much stuff or expected to, and then we are just like burnt out by the age of 20. That's that shouldn't be happening.
Or 50.
Or 50.
Because you're just constantly. So to that point, that's so funny. I actually asked JD the other day, our last analysis. I was gonna try to write it, at midnight, and I don't like to rush it. And so I thought, I don't want to lose the points because I'm trying to get A's, and I didn't want to ask. I'd already asked for one other extension on one of the analysis, so it really felt bad, but I did say, can I have this week, because I wanted to give myself, I just want to go to bed. Like it was like 1 o'clock. I thought I just need to go to sleep. Can't write this. It's going to be not a good one anyway. I won't be happy with it. Then I'll be disappointed. Yeah. So to your point, you have to kind of just once in a while, at least, I'm trying to listen to you in my head.
I'm just
saying, just go to sleep, Noelle. Just stop working.
Yes.
Literally, I think that sometimes.
And the cool thing is, specifically like JD and Jenny, they're both really like lenient with like due dates.
It's not extremely lenient for legal reasons.
But
not extremely
understanding.
lenient. No, like, very understanding. If you like say, oh, I couldn't do it last night because blank, or oh, I was so stressed.
Right. And you usually turn in your stuff and you show that you're got a good work ethic.
I like how this was just going to be one big promo for honors, but
I was going to say one time for honors 201.
Well, I was going to say when I had to tell Jenny that I dropped one of my classes and that I wouldn't be part of the President Honor Scholarship anymore, she was so understanding, and she was just so like, I'm sorry you're going through that, And then even just, she goes, I've seen students do this where they prioritize work over school, and like, I really don't want that to be you, because I've seen students take this path. And I was like, no, absolutely not. I care a lot about my education. And so, but it's that thing that like, I feel like most teachers, when you're in high school or middle school, are like, university teachers or professors are not going to put up with that. And then there's Jenny, who's literally like, please don't leave, like, I'm so happy you're here. And then she gave me a cute little rock that says things get better on it, like just the sweetest thing.
Nice.
So
thoughtful.
So
we do love the honors program, and that's how we got involved in our podcast, so we are thankful for that. JD did say the other day, oh, you guys are getting an A for sure. He just happened to slip that out.
JD is so
like, hey, do you think we're getting an A? And he's like, oh, you for sure are getting an A.
Never tell JD a secret.
Yeah, no, never tell JD a secret.
Jesus. Even then, he's like, you're gonna be a shack leader. Like, or when I said, I reapplied for the honors achievement, he goes, you're gonna get it. I'm like, this is so not biased. Okay. Like,
but he just has confidence in you because he sees how you work, and he knows that you're going to be an upper
candidate.
But
still,
for anything
it's
you
just
do.
so funny.
I think that's what it is, right?
Somewhat.
Less bias, more just knows who you are and sees how strong of a person you are.
It's bias to me, but
gives you confidence.
But yeah,
confidence in you.
JD is super cool, super rad.
Honors classes are great in general.
Yeah.
But some of the other things we talk about, like we would have to decide on a topic. For instance, I'll say this one, like now they just took yesterday, or 2 days ago, the mask mandates federally off all transportation, public transportation, meaning my son's high school bus, where he had to wear it, but could take it off the minute he walked into school for 8 hours, and all flights except for United Airlines and sticking with it. So there's that. Maybe we'd say, yeah, we're going to talk about that or not, like Esperanza, I would say, would you take your mask off for this last show? And she may say yes or no. I don't know what her answer is going to be.
I almost thought about it. But
so at least, at least we're almost getting there. So I would say maybe at the end.
I told them, I said, I'll start taking my mask off when I notice that there's a mask tan developing on my face. I said, I'll take it off then, but for right now.
So if we do podcast for 2 more months, she would have like a little cutout.
Yeah.
That would be
it's just like all tan, and then it's just pasty and pale, and then it's like skin cracking, so dry.
You could probably craft a Shark Tank idea that you have an invisible mask with like tan lines, and that you like the soft tattoos on.
Oh my god.
You don't think that would sell? I think that would sell like hotcakes.
You know what?
Did I just give somebody a Shark Tank idea? All right.
No,
well,
but you know what really?
With it.
You know what really hasn't? Like,
Right?
I'm kind of shocked nobody's done it yet.
Invisible mask? Come on, you know that would fly off the
Maybe.
shelves for like a couple bucks.
Really off topic, but because people are literally insane, I'm shocked no one's gotten a tattoo of a face mask on their face. Like, I
It
don't.
might happen. Yeah,
I, but
probably has
I
happened.
want to see it.
Check that out.
I'm
See,
actually,
so now
I wanna
Victory's
see
gonna
it.
take that idea. We all were like, ooh. So she's gonna actually research it, and then we might have thrown that into a show. Not so much about face masks, but about what people are willing
It's gonna
to
be the
do
cover
to
episode for the next
utilize
upload.
face masks in their life forever and ever. Like that's a crazy notion if that's true. So she's gonna look
Well, I was
it
gonna
up.
say they already existed, before COVID. Like, just people would wear them, but usually like to the airport if they were having a little cold or maybe they
Pediatrician's
weren't.
office is always a good place to wear them. I still think they're a good idea. I just don't think everybody should be made to wear them.
I mean,
Like here,
okay.
like you want to wear it, cool,
Yeah,
totally fine. I don't.
and I also
Victory
do not
did it for
feel
a while, then
uncomfortable at
didn't.
all.
Yeah,
You crossed over.
I don't want to say crossed over. I still wear it in a lot of areas. It's just because we're so we're with each other
All the time.
all the time.
And then in
It's
class.
not as bothersome to me.
Oh,
But
that's a nice way to think of it.
like I like the idea of having this like societal idea where like if you are sick or you think you're sick, you put a mask on just to make sure you don't spread it to other people.
I agree.
Fair.
And like that's why it would get me annoyed when people were like so anti-mask, like even for people that were like doing it out of their own choice to do it. So, because like if someone doesn't feel comfortable, like because they're sick and they don't want to spread it to other people, they should be allowed to wear it regardless.
Or like the main reason I do wear my mask is because I do work with kids and they get sick, they get their boogers everywhere. They'll touch everything and then they'll touch you and then they'll literally like this one kid had his mask down and he didn't even realize that he was rubbing his mouth all over my arm and I was so mad. And so that's why I wear a mask because it's really just to protect other people because honestly,
Actually, really for yourself.
or like I had the flu back to back, both A and B, a couple months ago. We actually had to stop filming an episode because I was in the hospital.
Sure.
But like, so there's so many things that are uncertain for me, so I kind of just do it to protect other people because as far as I know, I can just be a carrier for something.
I mean, that's
And
good
then
that you're
just give it
thoughtful
out to
like
other
that.
people.
And if people are sick, I always think they should just stay home personally.
Well,
But that's not always feasible. They just
well,
go
a
out.
lot of people who, especially the working class, can't afford to take a day off.
That's
Yeah,
Is
true.
really the
That
thing.
is, that is very true. So I would say to that, if you feel like you need to protect yourself or others, you should wear a mask as often as possible or as much as you want. And if you feel that you're very healthy and you watch what you eat and you take the right supplements to prevent you maybe get sick once a year. There were years I didn't get sick for years, like years and
Must be
years.
nice.
Ever. Like the last real flu I had was, I could tell you, like 1997 or
You
something.
might want to knock on wood.
Well, no, I take supplements. I don't work out recently after COVID. I'm getting back to it now, but I take all the supplements and natural products that help keep you healthy,
I've
right?
been debating getting a gym membership, but at the
What are
same
you
time,
debating? Get one here. They're super
but
inexpensive.
I know that if I get one, I'm never gonna actually go.
That's why it's like a 1 or 2 credit class, and
Yeah.
then you get credits in, and you can use our fitness center. It's super inexpensive, and it forces you to get your 30 hours a semester in because it's part of the required for the class to pass. It's like a reflection. It's a great way to do. That's what I did last semester to start.
Wait,
back.
what's the class called? Hold on. gonna look this up.
Fitness classes are, just put, what was that? It's not FIT, you think it would be for fitness. I'd have to look it
Because
up.
I am not a sporty gal. Okay, I've never been into the sports. Well, I played softball in 4th grade, so I consider that like the
Right.
peak of my athleticism.
Well, the
was when
nicest
I was
part-
9.
The nice part about it is it's a small space for a gym, so there's never more than even a
Yeah.
few people in there. Most of them are elderly, they have elderly classes,
Oh,
which
period.
is adorable.
We love that.
And yeah, and
Good
then,
for them.
yeah, and they're all always talking to you, or if they need help, you can help them, which is also a total added benefit of doing it there, versus like a different gym that maybe they're all like all muscled out and like don't need help.
That's
You know,
why
Yeah,
I
and that's what I
Planet
fear,
Fitness.
the judgment.
No, so there's no
Or like the
judgment.
creepy- or
No,
like the creepy
no,
people.
Yeah.
not at all. It's such a welcoming gym, and everybody that works there are kids doing federal work study at the desk, and they're so nice. Christian has worked there for several semesters. Super nice. Everybody's super nice. So very low key.
Okay,
Highly recommend.
that's more what I'm looking for.
Great place
Yeah.
for me to get started back up when I did too.
I mean, I go to the gym 2 to 3 times a week, and I go to Planet Fitness.
And that's my normal gym.
Yeah.
And I love Planet Fitness.
It's like
super clean. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's so clean. The corners are clean.
See,
It's
but
crazy.
what I really want to focus on is my legs, because I've always had really strong legs, but they've gotten weaker recently, and it's making me kind of pissed off. Because I've always been able to kick a horse dead, and now suddenly they've just like gotten flabby. I'm like, no.
You mean that
my
figuratively, I'm
strength.
sure.
Yeah. Well, no, I remember being little, and everyone's like,
People
God,
don't kick a horse.
but everyone in my family's like, God, she should have done soccer. What a waste. Like, because I always was like
Strong legs.
Yes, really strong legs. I used to walk on my tippy toes when I was little, and so it built up my calves like freaking huge, and
Nice.
not like huge that it's like, you know, it's a little uncomfortable, but you know, just really strong legs. And
That
so,
may not be a subject we would have put down in the script.
No.
But it's
Could you-
interesting nonetheless. And we got to highlight the fitness center as
Yeah.
well on YouTube,
See, this
which
is
is open
just-
to the public. So any community members watching who don't attend PVCC, you too can still get a very inexpensive membership at our fitness center. I should do a commercial for our fitness center. What do you think? Did I just write it?
I don't know.
Oh wait, was that not convincing to join the fitness center as a community member?
I think it's more appealing to people like me who want to do it but don't want to do it so often to the point that it's like, you
Not
know,
fun.
like it's inconvenient almost to kind of go because it
Get it
doesn't work
ready.
around the schedule I've already built for myself.
Gotta
But-
change. you gotta
But
change
next
stuff.
semester I have 2 online classes. No, I have 1 online class and then 1 live online class and then 1 in-person class. So I only have 3 classes next semester. So like, I
that'd be
mean, I
nice.
totally could.
That'd be a great time to take the 2 credits. Cause that way later when you get down at your end of your semesters here, there's extra 2 credits. And if you do peer mentorship, that's another credit.
The only thing is I really don't wanna overwork myself because I've
But it would
learned.
be healthy for you. The endorphins would be pumping.
Well, I do have one of those like little elliptical bikes at home. But
Okay, well, that works too.
I just gotta get started. I was telling this to my parents. I'm like, I have other things that I need to get in place first before I can focus on this other thing.
Right?
I'm like, or it's so funny. I don't know if you guys do this, but you procrastinate, but you end up doing things you were
Maybe.
gonna do anyways.
Yeah.
Just
To
later,
avoid the
and-
one thing that you really just don't want to do, but you're still gonna do it.
And then you just kick
like,
yourself for not starting it earlier.
No, but
Oh,
like,
I do that.
or
Just
like,
me, am I the only one who does
Yeah,
that?
but you
like-
kick yourself for like not starting it. You like
Am I the only one who says like, there's like, oh, I just should have started it 30 minutes ago. Why would I procrastinate 30 minutes? That was ridiculous of me.
no,
Nobody else
because
does that?
I'm doing other things. Because
Yeah.
like, or even yesterday as an
I'll distract
example.
myself with like other things. Specifically, like Esperanza said, I'll distract myself by like doing things that I was procrastinating earlier.
Yeah,
because I
exactly.
didn't want to do, but now
So
I'm
does
doing
none
it.
of the procrastination make you feel bad?
No,
Well, you
because
used to-
because the thing you're procrastinating. Okay, so like for example,
This is what we do to come up with the script, guys.
Okay,
Just
so,
saying,
like-
this is how it actually works.
So for example, literally
And
yesterday,
then they
I
start
had
timing.
an English paper due at midnight last night, and so I was like, you know what I want to do instead of this? Clean my room and my bathroom.
right.
So
I've
I
done
did,
that.
and I cleaned my room. I had to
That's
do
true.
it anyways.
I've done that.
So I figured I might as well just do this because that sounds much more fun than the other thing. And then by the time I got off work and got home, I was like, okay, there's nothing else to procrastinate, so I'll get started. And then I did it.
Cool.
So it's kind of, but that's more what me and Victory are saying. It's like,
Right.
we're procrastinating, but we're doing the things we previously were procrastinating on.
So you're still getting
Yeah.
something done so you don't feel really that
Yeah,
bad about
exactly.
it
Yeah.
overall.
I mean, also,
Okay.
I used to feel a lot worse about procrastinating as much, but after, like, I don't think I said it on the podcast, but after being diagnosed with ADHD, I kind of understand it a little more, that, like, part of it is also just mentally that there is a block there.
Right. And
Mhm.
I admitted I too, a few years ago, diagnosed ADHD back when I was in grade school, and I would sit up or stand up or swing my pigtails back and forth to hit my face back. Have you ever had pigtails?
I
Yeah,
don't
I
even
don't
know
know
that.
about that.
I still do that as an adult.
Yeah,
What are you talking
I would do
about?
that in class, and Mr. Hansen in 4th grade, who was a volunteer EMT, by the way, because we all had to take CPR in 4th grade, would always make me like go walk, to the hallway or take a break, and nobody diagnosed ADHD back then, and who knew that, my son was diagnosed, and then I realized, wait a minute, I have a lot of those traits that happened in school for him. That's,
One
probably check into that.
Yeah.
And then I finally was like admitted to myself, like, I better go talk to a doctor about this, and
It was.
it's right? It's the thing.
Or something I noticed that I'm like, I gotta go get diagnosed. I swear to God, because I was talking to somebody about like our favorite breakfast, because like the kinder kids had to draw a picture about like their favorite breakfast.
Is it Fruit Loops?
No, it's not Fruit Loops. I'll tell you what it's
Lucky Charms?
It is two toasts and 2 eggs. I have to be the one that cooks them, and I have to eat them in a certain order. If I do not have that breakfast and I eat it in a certain order in a certain way, it ruins my whole entire day. And I don't know why, but like people are like, oh, it's hyperfixation to like, or something that
mild OCD.
Kind of, but like it has something to some sort of like mental thing. But it really does like, I don't know
in
if
some way.
Well, because
I can
maybe
see
not diagnosable.
that. Yeah, not diagnosable.
But like just
But
I
also
like insignificant things.
But that's a little bit
specific,
larger than.
Yeah, it's more. It's just on like the spectrum of mental illness. I'll say, because
neurodivergence.
Yeah, I was gonna neurodivergency,
neurodivergence.
but I don't want to like claim that that's me because I really do want to get diagnosed first because they could be like, oh, it's ADHD or maybe you have this thing, just like a thing in the brain that.
I'm actually.
One word.
It is.
Yes.
I'm actually going to just look it up. So I'm looking up the word neurodivergence.
Also, if you're neurodivergence, you're cool as hell because I'm friends with so many neurodivergent
I just
people.
don't know. I don't know what it means. I know what both words mean separately, but not. I hear it all the time though. So what? Let's see. What does it say?
To be fair, I also say it all the time.
So it says well, yeah, I hear it from you all the time, but nonetheless, I've never really heard it before. Neurodivergence is the term for when someone's brain processes, learns, and or behaves differently from what is considered typical. Okay.
So examples of that being ADHD or being on the spectrum or anything like that. So neurodivergence just means you are not seen as typical, air quotes, with how your brain processes.
It's a pretty broad term for any
it
sort of like
It is pretty typical. It's kind of a broad term for sure.
But
I'm surprised they use that in a medical definition at all, because typical could be depends who you talk to. And like depends on what generation you talk to.
It just has to be in that specific way, or like it has to be done that way for me personally, because if it's not, I feel like it's just not the same. Or like there was a time where I was moving houses and it was so funny because we couldn't have eggs because we didn't have a fridge, and we couldn't like have toast because we were unpacking and stuff. And so I came home and my mom goes, we have eggs and toast. Was the best meal of my life. And I was like, thank God I've missed this meal. And it's so weird because people are like, oh, if you can eat one thing every day for the rest of your life. I don't know why, but I've always, like when I was younger, I was like, who would do that? And now that I'm older, I'm like, I have to. Otherwise I feel incomplete. Yeah.
That's okay. That's good though. That's good that you know that. So yeah, we can put probably that theme aside for the day. Are we good on eggs and toast?
Yeah, we're good on eggs and toast.
I'm just getting hungry now, and I know we're not going to be eating for a little bit. So maybe that's a non-food.
I was going to say we could grab lunch before we go because my stomach is.
That's another thing here at PVCC. For those of you who haven't been on campus, we have an awesome cafe also open to the community till starting in fall, 2:00 in the afternoon. And they make things from foods from scratch, and burgers and turkey burgers and soups and healthy food in the deli, and pretty much under $6. Everything's between like $3 and $6. So also something to keep in mind if you're thinking about or see this and want to come to PVCC. We have a great, reasonable place to eat. Not every day, because we in financial world we talked about knowing your budget and making sure you don't overspend on campus either. Like,
although I've gotten so much better about it, but to be fair, I have a credit card now, so I'm kind of like, oh, I can afford this, $6, but
just keep track. Just keep track. Check your balance.
Yes.
And just pay. Make sure you pay it off.
Is there any other topics we would like to explore today?
I don't know. I mean, we are.
Or anything before we.
So we're at 25 minutes for you guys out there. We try to keep it under 30. We're interesting, but are we that 31 minutes interesting?
I agree.
I think we're about 29 minutes interesting.
I feel like that's so
generous.
That's so weird sounding. We're 29 minutes interesting.
But you know how some people that just not only watch like a 15-minute video or a 5-minute video, or I don't know if people are watching 35-minute videos, but maybe 25-minute videos.
It depends on the topic.
I don't know.
This is more just like us randomly
talking.
talking.
Yeah, just getting on board.
I mean, I personally, it depends on the topic as well as the voice of the person.
Oh, fully agree.
Okay.
Because
Have we gotten feedback on our voices yet?
No.
No, so we're not sure on the time then.
yeah, no, but my brain's really weird where like the way someone's voice sounds is like so important.
I have two. Do I?
I think so. To me,
I
yeah.
just judged her as having a good voice. She said she's been told she does. I said, yeah, I think so.
I've been
Yeah.
told I have a good voice when I'm
Yes.
really tired. I don't know what that means. But
So I hate my voice, but as long as you guys like it, I think we're all good. Hopefully they like ours too.
I would hope so.
So
well, I mean, you're listening, so you better. But
You better. That's
You
how
better.
you say it.
This is a threat.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, but a soft pedaled one. So we hope you're listening on Spotify, watching on YouTube.
Wait,
I know we're not done. We'll say it again later. Apple Music and on our Instagram page. You also check out PVCC Instagram page, and I think they posted us there. So that's just a side plug. We're not done yet. Go ahead.
Okay. Victory.
What's up?
Anything you would like to say on any reflections or how you felt about the podcast?
Oh, okay. So to be fair, when we first started this, I was a little nervous about this. Because me and Noel tend to have very differing opinions on a lot of things.
Which is okay.
Which is fine, but it's because they paired up the loud personalities of the class.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to pick groups.
Not
right
loud in a
away.
bad way, just in
No.
an outspoken way.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
because so before we got assigned this project, we did do assignments before we all had to come together and were assigned in groups. However, me, Victory, and Noel were the people who always weren't afraid to speak up in class or were willing to like give the
Sword lines
answers
or
or
nerves.
give our opinions and stuff. And so that's why when the minute I saw our names on the board, I was like, what a shock. The people who talk
That's
all
so
the
funny.
time.
I had no idea that had even factored in, and I asked Jenny straight out if it did. She said yes. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my.
Oh, yeah, fully.
Yeah,
But
me and
okay,
Esperanza
okay.
had talked about it because we saw those and we were like already sitting next to each other.
They went to school together.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we did a project last semester too, so.
Yeah.
But, which was
They were
kind
very
of,
welcoming as the new person and the old person and the I don't know any IT person. And Victory over here is super IT smart, so she just gave me 2 new shortcuts today, by the way. Every day is a learning experience with her. So ultimately, we did learn to get along on most things. Today we were both, yes, I wanted to talk about the border issue crisis. She's like 100% no. So we scrapped it. But we also decided to scrap it together, and I was agreeable, even though I still really want to talk to her about it, but maybe off camera. But other things we disagreed on at the beginning, she let me show her my opinion, maybe not on camera, maybe my outside opinion. And then she realized that I wasn't exactly how she thought I was at the beginning. And sometimes we don't necessarily, like today, have differing opinions. We just say things differently, so we sound like we're arguing.
yeah,
But
exactly.
we're really saying the same
Because I'll
thing
literally stop and be
today.
like, guys, stop.
Right?
You guys agree with each other, right? You sound like you're fighting.
So it's like, oh, and then the conversation was over. So I don't know, maybe we'll enjoy it the other way so we have a longer conversation. But anyway, it's been really fun for me. She's been great.
Yeah, it's been a lot better than I expected, to be honest. Because like I haven't had amazing group projects before at PVCC, and that's partially because like I don't like when someone puts all of the pressure on me to do all the work because I am a smart person in the class. So when they paired up all of the louder people in the class, it helped me a lot because now I'm working with people who are also going to say their part and actually do stuff because they want to be heard.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, so
That was the sweetest thing you could have ever said.
yeah, so it at least helps me a lot.
I didn't know you thought that. That is so, thank you for sharing that. That makes me super happy and sad at the same time. Yeah, just this was really great. Like I say, everything Victory said times 2. We used to call it ditto. You guys make those little marks, like little witches hats. I don't know why you do that on
What?
text. You know those little marks you make as ditto marks on text messages? Did you do that? Oh, they're like,
Wait, are you thinking of an arrow?
well, they're like upside down arrows. And people use them as ditto signs on text. But I'm just gonna say ditto to everything you say was my point originally. See, we talk in different languages.
Are you talking about when someone puts those 2 little lines under like text because it's like just
the
copy
same?
it down?
Yeah, is that what
I
that
mean
means?
that's like
Does it mean
shorthand.
ditto?
It means it doesn't necessarily mean ditto. It just means exact same words down.
So that
down.
means ditto. Okay, so
Yeah.
see, we speak the same
I
language,
need
just
a
say different
visual
words.
representation.
Okay.
Ditto. So that is
Yeah.
ditto.
I'll send it to you.
That exemplifies my point of us saying the same thing with using different words, but we meant I meant ditto, she meant copying this down to here, which means ditto, back in the day.
Also, really off topipic, but still on topic.
But perfect example.
Yeah.
When we were in class, Noelle had brought up something for a project, she was like, "Oh, I want to record the class
project."
And I said, "Well, why don't you just do a podcast for your leadership project?" I was like, "Just do that." And then in my back of my head, I was thinking, if she takes that idea with whoever she's assigned with, I'm gonna be so pissed off because that was such a good idea. And then we ended up working together, and I was like,
the first thing she said was, "Let's just do a podcast," and I was like, "Oh wait, I was really meant it like the whole class to do a full
Noelle,
taping our classes." But she had a fantastic idea. It worked out because we already had the shell kind of built in my head, and they are creative. So they took it out of my head and implemented it on Google Docs, which I am not a fan of still.
But
8 weeks later. So they set it up, they make color code the script for me, they make changes, edits that I can't make because I don't like the controls for Google Docs, I don't know how to use them. And they actually make it happen. So it was excellent collaboration.
But it still made me laugh.
Even though I didn't know it.
Yeah.
But it really makes me laugh because at the time I was so pissed off. I was like, oh, if she steals my idea, I'm gonna be so mad.
Which was really my idea first, but okay. So we stole the idea together, and I think it worked out really, really well. I would do 10 more episodes with you guys, and we're here next semester. Why don't we try to continue it? And I mean, I don't know if you can come back or zoom in, or why can't we continue this another semester if we're here?
Because I got other things to do.
Let's just keep it on the back burner, just as a possibility. Maybe we get to do it as another honors project if we stay in, and they let us do it a second semester.
Oh, I'm taking astrology, so I don't know if this is going to be part of that.
Do it as your honors project.
An honors project?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, just a thought.
After taking English 101 and 102, I've got a couple things in my back pocket that I want to talk about. So
see, so there could potentially be follow up to these 9 episodes. And if there are, we hope to see you there. By then, I hope we see more than 32 subscribers. Tell all your friends. Tell all your people in the social media land that you live in.
Yes.
And share it wide.
All right.
That's what I'll just say.
So this is Victory.
This is Noelle.
And this is Esperanza.
And let's see your face one time. Yay! There's your face.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning
Thank you
in
for listening.
to the PVCC Student Lens podcast. You can catch it on Apple Music, Spotify, on YouTube live, and also on Instagram channel. Check out PVCC too. Thanks.